Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I am Maria Felipe, spiritual teacher and author of Live Your Happy. And I'm here to share something super special with you. It's something that really turned my life around and taught me how to finally stop suffering. Today we're going to explore the Live Your Happy formula. This isn't just any old strategy. It's a heartfelt, effective approach to facing life's challenges and transforming them into opportunities for real growth and lasting happiness. And trust me, it's not just about you cheering up for just a moment or having just one really good day. This is about making changes that stick and really resonate from the inside out and change your life completely. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear plan to not only pinpoint what's been dragging you down, what's making you suffer, but also discover powerful ways to heal from these pains. And the best part is that you'll learn how to integrate these life-changing insights into your everyday life, ensuring every day is an opportunity to live happier and more fulfilled. You are so worthy of that. So before we dive into the Live Your Happy formula, I want to kick things off by taking you back to where my journey began. Picture this. I was living in what looked like a dream life in Miami. I was an actor doing TV shows, commercials, modeling gigs. I was the first Latin woman boxing announcer. Yep. In the red corner, weighing 135 pounds, Humberto Soto. And I was the host of the world-famous WWE, interviewing wrestlers next to the ring. But despite all that glitz, all that glamour, all that recognition, I felt empty. I felt insecure. It was like no matter how successful I became, it was just not enough. I kept asking myself, is this all there is? This nagging feeling led me on a quest for something more, and I'm sure you can relate. Something real. I was looking for what real happiness was. What is real love? I tried everything, guys. Self-help books, seminars, kumbaya, up and down affirmations, you name it. But the real turning point came when I discovered A Course in Miracles. It wasn't just another self-help approach. It was a wake-up call that showed me what I was really looking for. And I wasn't looking for it outside of myself. That's what it was teaching me. And I realized that all this time I had been searching for happiness outside of myself. And what I needed to do was look inward. And that's when I came up with what I call the Live Your Happy formula. It's all about living a suffering-free life from within. And that's what we're here to dive into today. This isn't just about finding temporary fixes. It's about making deep, lasting changes that start from within. So let's get to the bottom of it. Before we dive into the Live Your Happy formula, we need to understand why we suffer and where suffering comes from. The truth is, suffering doesn't come from what happens to us. It comes from what we think and believe about what happens to us. It's how we experience life as humans. So, how do we experience life? Well, something happens. We interpret that, good or bad. You respond, react to it based on your interpretation of it. So, now, as you see here, we either have a negative response or a positive response based on our interpretation. The more we act from the negative response, the more our beliefs and actions and life spirals down. The more we act from a positive response, the more our beliefs and actions and life spiral up, as you see here. Does this make sense? So, what now is suffering? Well, suffering is a continuous effect of the experience of your negative response to what happens to you or what appears to happen to you. Understanding this cycle or spiral is so important because it literally shapes our entire experience of life. Now, and know this, we are all divine human beings with the ultimate power of creating our experience. If you don't believe this yet, it's time for you to start taking on this belief now, because you are all powerful, all creating, all deserving in your life. Some just are more aware of it than others. And if this is new to you, then it's time to claim your power. So, how can we end this self-reinforcing cycle of suffering and take back our power? Well, it all starts from within. And that's where the Live Your Happy formula comes in. The Live Your Happy formula changes your perception by working at the root level of your interpretation of the world and what you make it mean. So instead of seeing everything immediately as good or bad, we first see it as neutral, with non-judgment. And then we can decide to make a positive or negative response, most likely positive. The result of the continuous application of the positive response in your life is what I call happiness. To sustain these choices, it's important to constantly apply the Live Your Happy formula. And this can be done through daily practice of non-judgment, presence, acceptance, meditation, community, and support. These habits help reinforce our new way of seeing the world, turning positive interpretations into a suffering-free life. The more you're able to stay in a positive upward spiral response, the better your life will unfold. And the Live Your Happy formula helps you do exactly that. How do I know that this is true? Because this formula aligns with so many other spiritual teachers and teachings like Esther Hicks, Joe Dispenza, Deepak Chopra, Eckhart Tolle, Wayne Dyer, and more. So to summarize, by changing our interpretation of what happens to us with the Live Your Happy formula, we can truly transform our lives and end suffering at the root. All right, everyone, time to get on the happy train. Let's dive into the heart of what we're talking about today, the Live Your Happy formula. This is a toolkit. This is it. This is a secret that changed my life, and I've created it to help change yours too. So you might be asking yourself, what is the Live Your Happy formula? Well, it's a 3-part framework designed to really get to the root of what's bothering you, what's causing the suffering, and turn it into a source of strength to change your perception from fear to love. All right, so here are the 3 steps. Step 1, define it. This is where you get real with yourself. This is where you get authentic. You pinpoint exactly what's troubling you. It could be a feeling, a situation, or even an ongoing issue. Then dive deeper. How does it make you feel, think, and act? Getting clear on this is the first step to conquering any challenge. The next step, step 2, is heal it. We question those nagging beliefs. This part is all about challenging the truths you've told yourself. What you think and believe is true. Is what you believe really true? Could there be another perspective you haven't considered? Here you will learn to open up to insights from your higher self or inner wisdom, which can really start to shift your perspective. The power to heal is within you, and all the answers are within you. This is crucial, this is important, and this is what matters. Step 3, live it. You gotta live it. You gotta embody it. The final piece of the puzzle is putting all these new insights into action. It's about making these changes a regular part of your life. This means setting up a daily practice or routines that reinforce your new way of thinking and being. It's how to make lasting change and really start to see the benefits unfold in your life. And why is this approach superior? Well, because it doesn't just slap a quick fix on your problems. It helps you transform them from the inside out by addressing the issues at their core, which is in the mind, which is in your thoughts, which is in your beliefs, which is in your mind. The Live Your Happy formula enables you to not only deal with what's on the surface, but also make changes that last. I've used this formula myself, and I've seen it work wonders with my clients, with my students, and it's really made a huge difference. Let me share with you a story of a belief I feel that we can all relate to, which is I am not good enough. Back when I was working in TV, no matter how much praise I got or how well things seemed to be going, inside I felt like I was just faking it. Every day there was this little voice in my head that whispered, "You're not good enough." And it was eating me up inside. I felt all this anxiety, all this insecurity. And I was one day in my home, one evening, after coming home from a gig, and I was sitting at home going over everything that went wrong that day. And it hit me. Why am I letting this voice control my life? I started asking myself, is there really any proof that I'm not good enough? And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that the idea of not being good enough was just an old fear. It wasn't even a fact. This was, made me in awe. It gave a light bulb in my mind. And then I decided to focus on what I was doing well, on my achievements, on how my talents got me all these jobs. I would beat out like 300 other hosts. And slowly I began to accept that I am enough, just as I am. And changing that one belief didn't just happen in a flash. It took something. It really takes something. It takes a lot of effort. But let me tell you, it changed everything. This shift in perception, how I saw myself, opened up so many opportunities for me. It's something I really want to share with you, because changing this inner voice from stress to anxiety to peace and serenity can really transform your life. And that's why the Live Your Happy formula is so important to me, and I hold it so dear to my heart, because it makes these steps so practical. As within, so without. Let's explore how the Live Your Happy formula can powerfully impact not just our inner lives, but also our outer, especially our relationships or in marriage. So I want to share with you a story of one of my clients, Carlos and Anna, a couple who were on the verge of separation. The external challenge they faced was a breakdown in communication and a lot of resentments that had made them feel distant and disconnected. So using the Live Your Happy formula with them, Carlos and Anna began by defining the problem. They both felt unheard and unappreciated by each other. And we dove really deep into how these feelings influence their thoughts, their actions, and reactions within the marriage. So during the Heal It step, I had both of them question their beliefs about each other. Is it true that my partner doesn't care about me? Or am I projecting my own fears or inadequacy onto my spouse? So this questioning opened them up to receiving insights from their higher self, from their inner wisdom, revealing that much of their inner conflict was fueled by old, unresolved hurts rather than their current actions. And then, moving into the Live It phase, Carlos and Anna implemented these new insights into their daily interactions. They committed to a daily practice that we went through of open communication, starting with expressing to one another how much they appreciated, how much they were grateful for each other. And every day they had like this small change within their marriage, and they started to rebuild their connection and trust within their relationship. They were just practicing every day. What is the practical outcome? So over the months, not only did their communication improve, but they also found a renewed sense of partnership and love. Their relationship was so transformed from one of routine and resentment into one with appreciation and mutual support. This story beautifully illustrates that by changing our internal narratives, applying new understandings, we can dramatically improve our external relationships. Turning potential breakdowns into breakthroughs. It's absolutely incredible. As we finish today's class, I hope you feel inspired and ready to embrace a new chapter in your life with the Live Your Happy formula. The time has come. This is more than just a moment. It's the beginning of a transformative journey towards true happiness and fulfillment that you are so worthy of. Happiness is your inheritance, and happiness is your function. If what I've shared with you today resonates with you, if it has inspired you and you're finally ready to stop suffering, then I want to invite you to take the next step. So if you are ready to take the next step in living a suffering-free life, click the button below to begin your journey to true happiness.